Hello friends, this is Netrali Patil from Arihant College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Bavdhan, Pune, Department of Information Technology. Today we are going to learn about second chapter, e-commerce and e-governance. Let's begin with the session. First of all, start with introduction. E-commerce stands for electronic commerce. Before moving to the concept of e-commerce, let's first understand what is commerce. Commerce is an important part of a business. In simple words, commerce is nothing but buying and selling of goods. That means when we buy a product or service from others or sell a product or service to others, then it is called as commerce. One of the most popular activity on the web is shopping. E-commerce became possible in 1991 when the internet was opened to commercial use. Since that date, thousands of businesses have taken up residence at websites. History of e-commerce is a history of a new virtual world which is evolving according to the customer advantage. Then next one is definition of e-commerce. What is e-commerce? E-commerce can be broadly defined as the process of buying and selling of goods or services using an electronic medium such as internet. E-commerce is also referred as a paperless exchange of business information using EDI. EDI means electronic data interchange, email, electronic fund transfer, etc. Okay. Next one is, what is the difference between traditional commerce and e-commerce? First is meaning. What is traditional commerce? Traditional commerce is a branch of business which focuses on the exchange of products and services and includes all those activities which encourage exchange in some way or the other. And in e-commerce, e-commerce means carrying out commercial transactions or exchange of information electronically on the internet. Okay. Next one is processing of transactions. In traditional commerce, processing of transaction is manual, and in e-commerce it's automatic. Next one is accessibility. In traditional commerce, it's limited time, means traditional commerce is limited to business hours, mostly during the day, and in e-commerce it's 24/7 and 365 days, means it can be done anytime, day and night. Okay. Next one is physical inspection. In traditional commerce, goods can be inspected physically before purchase, and in e-commerce, goods cannot be inspected physically before purchase. Okay. Next point is customer interaction. In traditional commerce, it's face to face, means as far as consumer interactions are concerned, traditional commerce provides face-to-face interaction, and in e-commerce, screen to face. Screen to face means e-commerce can be termed as screen to face interaction. Okay. Next, scope of business. In traditional commerce, it's limited to particular area. Particular area means particular geographical location, and in e-commerce it's worldwide reach, means e-commerce is global and has no physical limitation. Okay. Next one is information exchange. In traditional commerce, for information exchange, no uniform platform for exchange of information, and in e-commerce it provides a uniform platform for information exchange. Next, resource focus. In traditional commerce, it's supply side, and in e-commerce it's demand side. Next point is business relationship. In traditional commerce it's linear, and in e-commerce it's end to end. Next is marketing. Marketing done in traditional commerce one way marketing, and in e-commerce it's one to one marketing. Next is payment. How payment done in traditional commerce? Modes of payment in traditional commerce include cash, check, credit card, etc. And in e-commerce the payments are bank transfer, credit cards, e-wallet, mobile payment, and many more. Okay. Next one is delivery of goods. In traditional commerce it's instantly, and in e-commerce it takes time to deliver. Okay. Next one is advantages of e-commerce. First one is e-commerce provides the sellers with a global reach. They remove the barrier of place. Now sellers and buyers can meet in the virtual world without the hindrance of location. Okay. And next one is in electronic transaction, e-commerce reduces the paperwork and significantly lower the transaction cost. E-commerce enables the use of credit cards, debit cards, smart cards, electronic fund transfer via bank's website, and other modes of electronic payment. Okay. Next one is third one. It provides quick delivery of goods with very little effort on part of the customer. Customer complaints are also addressed quickly. It also saves time, energy, and effort for both the consumer and the company. Means in e-commerce applications it provides user with more options to compare and select the cheaper and better option. It helps in reducing the cost of searching a product. E-commerce has enabled rural areas to access services and products which are otherwise not available to them. Next point is anytime shopping. Means one other great advantage is the convenience it offers. A customer can shop 24/7. The website is functional at all times. It does not have working hours like a shop. Okay. Next one is electronic commerce also allows the customer and the business to be in touch directly without any intermediaries. This allows for quick communication and transaction. It also gives a valuable personal touch. Means no intermediary. Means electronic commerce also allows the customer and the business to be touched directly without anything. This allows for quick communication and transactions. And one more is public services. E-commerce helps the government to deliver public services such as a healthcare, education, social services at a reduced cost and in an improved manner. Okay. These are the advantages of e-commerce. Next is Disadvantages of e-commerce. First one is the startup cost of the e-commerce portal are very high. The setup of the hardware and the software, the training cost of employees, the constant maintenance and upkeep are all quite expensive. Means the setup cost of the hardware and software, the training cost of employees, the constant maintenance and upkeep are all quite expensive in e-commerce. Second one is, although it may seem like a sure thing, the e-commerce industry has a high risk of failure. Many companies riding the dot-com wave of the 2000s have failed miserably. The high risk of failure remains even today. Okay, the main thing is that security is another area of concern. Credit card theft, identity theft, etc. remain big concern with the customer. Next one is, at time e-commerce can feel impersonal, so it lacks the warmth of an interpersonal relationship which is important for many brands and products. This lack of personal touch can be a disadvantage for many types of services and products like interior designing or jewelry business. And last one is, security is another area of concern. Only recently we have witnessed many security breaks where the information of the customers was stolen. Credit card theft, identity theft, etc. remain big concern with the customer. Okay, got it? So I hope you like this session. In the next session we will go for further things. Thank you.